All right, today we're going to be replacing a Pitman arm on a 98 Chevrolet Blazer 4x4. I understand you got to remove the steering box to do this. So we're going to remove the air filter. And after you get the air filter out of the way, you're going to pull the bolt. And there's going to be 2 grommets on the studs on the other side. And the box pops right up out of there. Allows you access to get to the power steering lines, which I'll show you here. Right there they are. The power steering lines go to the steering box, and then the steering shaft comes down. You'll have to remove that plastic cover and take the bolt out, and that will come apart. Now the book says that you have to remove the power steering pump. I'm not going to do that. I don't think you do. I think you can remove the lower skid plate and get to it from down there. Here's a view from underneath the vehicle. That's the center link with the Pitman arm bolted up to it. Remove the cotter key, the nut. You're going to have to go outside by the driver's wheel, remove the wheel, and go in from the side with your pickle fork to break it apart. Okay, now after removing the wheel, you can see there's a wide open space there to get to the center link and the arm. That's after you pull the nut and the pin. And your pickle fork fits right in there and knocks it out. That's what your, a joint remover, pickle fork, lots of different names, I suppose. I call it a pickle fork. That's what my boss always used to call it a long time ago. Anyway, that's how you get into that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, from the same side, on the driver's side and through the wheel well, there's 3 bolts on the frame. You remove those, and that is what holds the steering box in place. All right, well, I removed the skid plate, and there you can see, hold on, let me get this focused up here. You can see the steering box is sitting right there, and once you remove those power steering lines, that thing will move, I think, pretty much slide right out of there. And we're going to give that a shot. You can see all access once you get the hoses out, move the wires out of your way. I think it gives it plenty of room to come out of there. So we're going to give that a shot. Okay, I'm going to break the power steering lines loose from the steering box. I got my, I call it a crow's foot down here, holding on to it. An extension and a ratchet makes it easy, because if not, you need a super short wrench. This is just like a tubing wrench, only it's got, they're just crow's feet that go on the end of your ratchet. Makes it real sweet to pull it off. See how easy they turn, and once you break them loose, you can get down there with your fingers because they're pretty much finger tight. But you got to break it loose first. And that's an excellent little tool for that. Right tools for the right job. Anyway, it's coming out of there. And we'll go to our next step, which will probably be remove the bolt that holds the steering shaft into the steering box. Yeah, I know I forgot to mention, but yeah, put your drain pan underneath there before you disconnect those lines. I did that. I just forgot to mention it. Put your drain pan down there so that that you don't make a big old mess. Remove the bolt from the steering shaft, and you see that comes out real easy. And the box, yeah, see there's the bolt that comes out, and the steering shaft is disconnected. You can see the box is missing now. That's because I got it out. It's out here on the floor. But let's see, I'll show you there's a big old hole. That's where it sits, right up in there. And I got the box over here. It's time to pull the Pitman arm off. And here I'm going to try and use this pulley here. But it might work. It might not. But I'm going to give it a shot because I don't have a Pitman arm puller handy. To get the Pitman arm removed and the new one put on, it's just a reverse procedure to put it all back together. You got to stick the box back into place. You see we got this ball bolted back up and in place and stuff and where it needs to be. I'm about ready to hook up the lines. Give it a last minute. Wait a minute. Oh, dadgum. Hold on. I'm a stupid light. Let me smack it a few times. There we go. Okay. Got my light back working again. Yeah, you can see the Pitman arm is going over there on the inside towards the other shaft. I'll have to put that together. I get the box bolted up, get the lines hooked up to it. Just basically a reverse procedure of what we did to take it apart, and then I'll put it back together. Okay, we'll just hook our power steering pump lines back up. We've got those two, and we've got the main feed line from the reservoir. That hose from the reservoir, the two cooler lines. Of course, you'll have to hook up the steering shaft before you even bolt the box up. So it's pretty elementary. You just kind of keep your wheels pointed forward straight. The Pitman arm in straight position, and then it's got a flat spot on it and only go on one way. So you hook the bolt up into that, get that hooked up, tighten it up, and then you can secure the steering box back to the frame, and then install your cooler lines. Or not cooler lines, but power steering lines. Okay, as you can see, we've got the power steering lines connected right there. And we have the steering shaft connected and the bolt in it. Okay, now it's time for the final. We'll just button everything up, put the air box back in there, fill the reservoir with power steering fluid, put the wheel back on, let it down on the ground, and put the air box back in, the air filter, put it all back together, and there you have it. That's how you do it. It's not so bad. It seems a little scarier or sounds a little like there's a whole bunch more work than it is, but it's really not that bad of a job. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please come back and check out my other videos and how-tos and reviews. Thanks a lot for watching.